Hey everybody, welcome to Don't Copy That Floppy. I'm Lex.
I'm Dan.
We are... What?
Do you want to do it?
I want to do it.
Okay, you do it.
Don't take this away from me!
It's fine. Jeez.
We're a video game news podcast, broadcasting live on www.chipbit.net.
Chipbit Radio.
Fridays from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dan, where can they find us on social media?
You can find us on places like the Facebook, the Twitter, the YouTube. We're also on the iTunes, and we're on the Steam.
Just all of the thes.
All of the big thes right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are also known as Don't Copy That Floppy on all of those places, so we're pretty easy to find. But if you're going on Twitter, it's at DCTF Podcast.
You know what time it is?
Pizza time!
I was waiting with bated breath.
With pizza time. We have sound effects now.
We do. We got a new broadcasting program, so we can do sound effects just like a real radio show.
That's us.
It's a nice juicy toilet flush.
That's where we belong.
I'm telling you, man, we just need the miso horny lady, and we'll be all set.
Maybe a machine gun sound effect, just for good measure.
Like a shotgun, like a
yeah.
and maybe some air horns.
What is that called? Vuvuzela?
Well, you get vuvuzela, or you get just like the little air horn, and everyone squeezes to be obnoxious.
We do need that, though.
We should get it whenever there's exciting news. So, what do we got today?
We've got Kickstarter updates on some Kickstarters we talked about last week.
Yep.
We have tons of leaks. Specifically, lots of Dark Souls 3 leaks.
There's so much stuff leaking and being shown before E3 this year that I'm wondering what's going to be at E3.
Hopefully just a lot of gameplay.
I mean, ideally. I heard Bethesda actually said that they're going to be doing a 20-minute gameplay demo for Fallout 4.
Oh, yeah.
They have confirmed that they're doing that, so that's exciting. So we got a bunch about that. We got some industry news.
Stuff about Nintendo. We got a game that was just revealed, an indie game. We got a lot of stuff about Oculus.
Yes. We also have an interesting story about YouTube. And something that they're going to try and get into.
Sounds interesting. Yeah, definitely.
We have a ton of Oculus news.
They released all the pictures, all the videos, all the sexy, sexy videos.
Ooh.
It was like watching a car commercial. It was amazing.
I'm going to talk about a game briefly that I was gifted on Steam because of the summer sale.
Do you want to start with that?
Yeah, sure.
And then we talk about summer sales?
So, a friend of mine, an avid listener of the show, if you're listening right now, thank you for this game, gifted me a game on Steam out of nowhere. Got it, like, this morning when I woke up, called Viscera Cleanup Detail. This is an Unreal Engine game. I'm not really sure what the point of it is. I guess you're just supposed to clean up body parts and bullet shells and stuff. It's like you're going into Doom or Quake, but instead of being the monsters or the guy who's killing the monsters, you're the guy who goes through the level afterwards and cleans it.
That's a great premise.
It's really good. So you're going through and you're just picking up always just like a monster head and you put it in a bucket and like carry it off. You have a mop and you just mop the blood off the walls. Like, it's really funny. And there's an incinerator and I just spent like 5 minutes throwing torsos into an incinerator.
Like you do.
You're supposed to have like a time limit on it too. I didn't hit that point because I didn't get a chance to play it that long before we came over here to do our little podcast business. But it seems like there's kind of a story going on in it, too. Because I found notes left by other cleaners who had died or something, and guys saying, like, there's something down here with us. And it was kind of creepy. And I guess the game has multiplayer? So you can go and clean dead bodies up with your friends. You can find, like, intestines lying around everywhere. It's oddly intriguing. I kind of want to keep playing it.
How much was it? Because I know you didn't buy it, but...
I'm not sure. I didn't actually check.
Oh.
It was just gifted to me. It also came with 2 other, like, bonus versions, and I can't remember what one of them is, but one of them is, like, a Santa's Rampage version?
I'm sorry, what was it called again?
Santa's Rampage?
No, the game.
No, the game Viscera Cleanup Detail. VIS.
Oh,
yeah.
Fine.
God, I can't even spell viscera, such a commonly used word. But, Yeah, you just go through all these levels. There's like different levels to choose from, and you just mop everything out.
Oh, this is a pretty game.
It looks good. It looks super good. It's an Unreal Engine. Like, clearly work went into it. Yeah, you can find shovels and like flares and other stuff.
It has very positive reviews.
It is early access. It says there.
And it's $8 right now,
yeah,
with a 20% discount for the Steam Summer Sales.
So I got the Santa version too. I guess you clean up elves and reindeer. Maybe. I don't know. I need to try it out. I want to see what's different about it.
This has Steam Workshop,
yep,
a level editor, which makes sense with Steam Workshop, local co-op, and I assume online multiplayer.
That's super cool. So thank you, my friend. Maybe you'll get gifted something in a little bit too. Give me a gift.
I don't know.
That thing really just lingers. It kind of makes me uncomfortable.
It takes way too long.
It's just like that Mega Man X Charge sound effect. It just takes way too long.
Too long?
We need something quick and to the point like pizza time.
Pizza time!
Let's get into our stories here. So, you want to bring us into Kickstarter here?
Oh, do you want to talk about the Steam sales? Because we just talked about that game.
That's actually right, and I did a whole little article about them because it started. Did they start yesterday? I believe.
Yes, June 11th to 21st. The monster summer sales going on right now. There is 16-bit cars
with hair.
With hair, sunglasses too. Or no, that's the character driving a car.
Oh, so it is.
And the car has Gatling guns in it, don't forget.
Yes. Spy Hunter.
So yeah, some of the stuff just from the Steam featured page. We've got stuff like Earthbound at 33% off. We've got Portal 2 at 75%.
Starbound.
What?
Starbound.
Yeah.
You said Earthbound.
I wish it was Earthbound.
Going to a completely different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Portal 2.
Wasteland 2.
I don't know what Wasteland 2 is. Yeah. Lego games, 25 to 75% off.
Child of Light, 75% off.
Oh, yeah. The Forest, that early access game.
The Witcher franchise,
10 to 85%. Witcher 1 is like $2 right now. $150, and Witcher 2 is only $3. Dude. If you were like, man, I want to play Witcher 2 either after or before playing Witcher 3, buy it now.
This is the time.
It's $3.
Witcher 3 has 10% off. That doesn't really mean much, but it did just come out.
Yeah, it's cheaper. If you wanted to pick it up, now's a good time.
If my computer will load, we will go back to the feature page.
God, Steam's so shoddy.
My computer's running too much stuff. Radio DJs taking up
there's one other thing there. Where was it?
NBA 2K15?
That wasn't what I wanted to tell you.
Oh, really?
I don't know what depth is.
Depth is when you're in a
cage. Shark or a diver.
Oh, I only knew about the diver thing, but I know that if you're a diver, you're in one of those metal cages, and the shark just comes at you.
Oh.
It looks horrifying, and a game that, if it came out on Oculus, oof.
That'd be cool.
It'd be so good. This War of Mine, 60% off.
That's supposed to be really interesting, man. Mountain Blade Warband, that's Mount and Blade.
Not Mountain
Blade.
Oh, okay, good.
Is 80% off if you like medieval, like, RPGs with big army combat. That's really fun.
You said you just bought this on Nidhogg.
Yeah, by Nidhogg, because it's $1.50 right now, and that game is just good fun with a friend.
The indie game that has taken the world by storm.
It's really cool.
Yeah, if you haven't looked at it, check it out. Yeah, it's $1.50. Crypt of the Necrodancer, 50% off.
Yeah, I saw that was 50% off as well.
That game is tons of fun. Octodad, Dadliest Catch, 75% off.
And I mean, then we've got like some classics like Rogue Legacy, Risk of Rain, things that have been around for a while, but now if you wanted to check them out finally, do it. There's plenty more deals there because they still have their daily deals too, so we got other stuff. Hotline Miami is $10 instead of $15.
Hotline Miami 2, excuse
me, is the same. I'm sorry.
Grand Theft Auto 5, not discounted.
Not discounted, but you can buy it though.
You can buy it for $60, totally not discounted, just came out recently.
Oh, Don't Starve is 75% off. I think my girlfriend wanted to grab that. I should tell her.
Yeah, $374. It's a big deal.
Yes.
Let's move on to Kickstarter!
Kickstarter!
We talked about 2 Kickstarters last week. Do we want to start with the good news or the bad news?
One of them was doing great last week, and now it's doing even better.
And one of them was doing terribly last week, and now it's doing even worse.
Even terriblier. So first we have Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, spiritual successor to Castlevania by Mr. Iga, the maker of the Metroidvania games, starting with Symphony of the Night.
Now, when we talked about this last week, it was a little over 3,300,000.
The goal was 500,000.
Yeah, so it had already blown past that. But as of 7 days ago, it was a little over 3,300,000 on its way to making a 3,500,000 stretch goal that would have gotten it a port on the Vita. And as of right now, it is at 5,172,000.
So they blew way past that, and it looks like they only have one more stretch goal, available, which is a boss revenge mode,
which is 5,500,000, which they have about 3 hours
left.
I don't think they'll make it, but I think they're okay.
You don't think they'll make it, but they've made it. We're getting a third playable character now, prequel minigame on consoles and handhelds.
Orchestrated tracks.
Yep, a online challenge mode and a roguelike dungeon. So like a randomly generated
that sounds really
dungeon
cool.
system for it. Yeah. This game's essentially, if you don't know, it's essentially the Castlevania equivalent of Yooka-Laylee. The game that Rare is now doing on Kickstarter to
that they're pretending isn't Banjo-Kazooie, but it's Banjo-Kazooie.
So they can make Banjo-Kazooie again.
Yeah.
This is Iga, so he can make Castlevania again. Look forward to that. I think it looks super cool. I'm glad it got funded as much as it did, because it'll probably be really cool.
Something that looks less cool.
To be the very best, the Pokemon Tournament documentary. Now, it may not be cool, but I thought it was interesting.
It was interesting.
I actually kind of wanted to see this succeed, as unlikely as it was. Because I don't know much about the Pokemon tournament scene. I know it exists, and it's actually really big. But I'd be curious to know more about it.
What actually weirds me out about this is that it hasn't done better. And I think I talked about this last week, because
Pokemon's such a huge thing.
Yeah. And
especially now with older people who have money to give to something like this.
Totally. I think maybe it was because they don't have... Nintendo is the owner company, right?
Yeah.
They don't have their seal of approval? That might have made a difference?
It's definitely like an independent venture, which makes people not have as much faith in it.
But so their goal was 50,000. They've only made 11,000. They have about a week left to go.
This is not happening.
It's totally not happening.
Well,
bad. To be the very best, you're not going to be the very best.
That's sorry. It's a sorry story. I don't like it.
Moving on to something brighter and happier, Dark Souls.
Yay! Toilet flush.
You could just click the toilet flush effect.
It's not up.
Fine.
We're looking at the article. We're looking at video. So, last week, I think we mentioned that Dark Souls 3 was rumored to be shown at E3.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it'll probably be shown at E3. And until yesterday, I thought it was still just all rumors, but I saw people talking about Dark Souls 3 leaks, and I was like, they're just talking about how, it might get shown. It's not that exciting. Then, yesterday I found out, no, there's, full-on screenshots, and, somebody leaked a ton of details.
Yes, so...
allegedly about the game. This is huge.
On June 5th, somebody, an anonymous source, leaked a bunch of Dark Souls 3 exclusive leak stuff to The Know, which is Rooster Teeth's video game news YouTube channel.
Yes.
So I watched that video. I highly recommend watching this video because it's hilarious.
Yeah, you told me it was really good. I had just read all the articles, so I didn't watch the video.
And it's got a bunch of really great info in it. Again, prefacing this with saying this is all rumors. I think the only thing that's more confirmed is that it's probably going to release in early 2016, because there was another screenshot that surfaced 3 days ago that had that info on it, the screenshot, and then early 2016. So assuming that isn't a Photoshop, then that's more of a definite than the other stuff. But there's a bunch of stuff mentioned in this video. Do you want to just go through it, switching off, Dan?
Yeah. 1 to 4 player co-op.
Pretty cool. 10 playable classes, all available at the start of the game.
45 new enemies.
15 new bosses, and these are all in addition to enemies that are coming back from old games.
That's one of the things I'm going to talk about once we're done running through this. 100 new weapons.
Also in addition to other stuff, and 40 new armor sets.
60 minutes of cutscenes.
What are you making, a Metal Gear Solid game? What is this?
Get your Final Fantasy out of my peanut butter.
Yeah, do they normally have this many cutscenes?
There are cutscenes in all of the Souls games.
Yeah.
They're generally less than a minute long, and there's maybe like 10 of them in the game.
So this seems like a lot more.
A lot, yeah.
Also, apparently, they're going to mostly, if not all, be in-engine instead of pre-rendered, which is cool.
That's how they were before in the other games.
Oh, okay.
So they've all been in-engine. 12 areas in the game.
There's a mechanic sacrifice ritual, allows you to enter other people's games. I think it may also do some stuff with saving and things where you sacrifice people. It may make like mobile save points, I guess.
Yeah, that's the kind of the vibe I was getting from some of the stuff I read. Bosses, in one of the most Japanese things I've ever read, bosses can heat up, changing their form, and sword fighting arts, which add special moves that can be equipped and changed. So, Lex, how much of the Souls games have you played? Have you played them at all, actually?
I have played a whole 5 minutes of one of them.
Fantastic. I've played every single one.
Okay.
To completion. A couple of them multiple times.
So I think we know who knows what they're dying about in this conversation.
I'm going to run on through all this and how it makes me feel as somebody who has played all the Souls games and Bloodborne, because I don't care what they say, Bloodborne's a Souls game.
Oh, it totally is.
It so is. 1 to 4 player co-op. The games have always allowed at least 3 players co-op through like the weird summoning systems. And Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, which just came out, but boosted that up to like 6 players. So you can have up to 3 allies with you, and then 2 invading players, I think.
Okay.
So this is interestingly worded to me. I'm wondering if this means they're keeping that function where you can have up to 3 allies with you, or there's going to be a more robust co-op system in the game, so you can just actively be co-oping with someone at any given time, which would be interesting. I'd be interesting to see how they would balance the game around that, because the games have not traditionally been really balanced around that specifically. So that's potentially cool. 10 playable classes. It's about the same as all the other games have. The classes also end up not really meaning anything in the old games because you can just customize your character however you want.
Okay.
Classes denote what items you start with and what your base stats are, but everything from there you can customize, so it is really negligible, unless they're making it a bigger thing. This is the part that kind of weirds me out, and it's just the wording, maybe, but 45 new enemies, new bosses, new weapons, new armor sets. What does that mean exactly? Does that mean we're getting 15 brand new bosses and 10 bosses from Dark Souls 2 just thrown in there? Like, why? Or are there only 15 bosses in the game, but they're all new? Which would also kind of be disappointing, because all the other games have more bosses than they have.
Wow.
And I feel like most of the games have at least 45 enemy types. Maybe not Bloodborne and Demon Souls, but Dark and Dark 2 have a lot of different enemies. Although,
it wouldn't surprise me if they were bringing back old enemy types.
No. I mean, gear, weapons, and armor would surprise me less.
Yeah.
Because there's armor sets and weapons that people always liked in those series that have been in the subsequent games, so that makes sense.
I guess the bosses thing is just really weird.
The bosses thing is super weird, and the enemies thing I still think is weird to a lesser degree. Because it's like when they were advertising Bloodborne, they didn't say, over 12 new bosses. So, look at the 20 new enemies you'll fight in Yarrow.
Well, in terms of that, I mean, this is also a leak that some guy from the company sent out, so it's not a press statement.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, everything I'm saying right now is just my knee-jerk reaction to what I'm reading. 60 minutes of cutscenes. That's definitely more than has been in any of the other games. I'm wondering if that means they're going to be giving you the story more through actual cutscenes rather than through, lore you find on item descriptions and through kind of exploring on your own and making inferences about the world around you. Which, on the one hand, I get why they do it. On the other hand, I kind of don't like the idea of it, because I've always liked the vagueness and weirdness of the Souls games, and now you're kind of left to draw your own conclusions about a lot of the stuff that's in them. And there's more than enough content in there to draw conclusions back. It's not like the game just doesn't tell you anything. It tells you lots of weird, cryptic crap, and lets you do what you will with it. But this suggests to me, like, a great hero, go fight the Dark Soul. You'll do it.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Brave hero, you must conquer 15 new bosses if we have any hope of defeating the Dark Soul. 12 areas in the game, that's disappointing. Every single Souls game has had way more areas than that.
Oh, really?
Even Demon Souls, like the first one. So unless these areas are, like, huge, I don't like that. That makes the game sound like it's going to be really small, unless they've just made, like, really large zones for this. Like, I think Bloodborne didn't have a ton of areas. Like, Bloodborne had a decent amount of areas, but there were some that were very small, so maybe it would be about the same size as Bloodborne, which is fine, but it seems like it'd be a little smaller. Sacrifice Ritual thing sounds cool. Like you said, maybe a mobile save point of some kind, like a new bonfire, where you burn bodies to make them into bonfires or something. That's a neat mechanic, like that. Especially if you get to drag the bodies around and choose where you put them.
I mean, we did see in the screenshots, specifically when they were talking about the ritual thing burning a body.
Yes.
So
the boss is heating up. That just sounds to me like, boss, this isn't even my final form, and he transforms.
Well, there was something...
And Bloodborne has bosses that go through very clear phases, too. So I'm wondering if this is going to be kind of a bosses have phases, or depending on what you do in the area beforehand, the boss may change.
Yeah, there was something in the video towards the end where they show screenshots of the same sort of boss arena area.
Yeah, I saw those screenshots.
But the guy's fighting different bosses in every
in
screenshot.
one shot it's fighting this, like, undead knight, and then the other one is the same area, but he's fighting this weird, big, like, looks kind of like some kind of weird mammal or something, like a chinchilla.
I think in the video they described it as a demon otter.
Yeah, something like that.
So, yeah.
And then the sword fighting arts thing, that's cool. More customization for your moveset. I don't have a problem with that at all. And it seems like it'll be work like the runes do in Bloodborne, where you just kind of put on these passive buffs that change your character a little bit. And you can change them anytime you want.
But
overall, this info sounds cool, and the screenshots look great.
Oh, those textures! Oh, they look so good.
They're so good. That sun, that shot of like looking out over this cityscape with the sun leaking like black goo down.
When I first saw that, I assumed it was concept art, and then I'm like, oh no, wait, this is a screenshot.
That looks awesome.
Yeah,
like that's a cool zone.
I guess one last thing, as we said, early 2016 is when this should be coming out.
Yeah.
It's coming out for the Xbone and the PS4, and apparently, according to their leaked source, it just said like PC. Question mark or PC negotiable or something, so it may get a PC release farther down the line. Yeah.
They'll never get Bloodborne, so let's hope they get this. So I'm excited to see at E3 how much of that ends up being true, or how much they do confirm of that. It'll be cool. Now leaks about a game I don't care about.
Okay, so in an article from Kotaku from June 9th, we heard about some leaks that deal with... Dan, you gonna do it? You could deal with Destiny!
If ever there was a time to use that toilet flush sound effect, that was it.
We could have been dying by GameStop. Come on. Or Randy Pitchford.
Don't make me flush again.
That first one, that was just a courtesy flush. Okay, so we find out that Destiny's new expansion is called The Taken King, and it's going to be out September 15th. There are new elemental super abilities for each of the three classes. The Warlock gets an Electrical Storm. That doesn't sound like a Warlock in any other game I've ever played.
Hunter's got a Gravity Ball.
That doesn't sound like a Hunter in any other game I've ever played.
Titan's got a Flaming Hammer.
It doesn't sound like a Titan in any other game I've played. I'm excited,
though. Maybe we'll get to hear Peter Dinklage talk about Kings more.
That would be good.
He already does it a lot. Maybe he'll get excited this time.
Apparently you will be squaring off against Oryx, which is the father of Crota. I don't know what that means.
Heroes. The king has been taken by the darkness.
Oh, Peter Dinklage, you didn't even try. You didn't even try.
No one can try with that script. It's awful.
It's really bad. So
watch that be the first thing that happens when a trailer for this comes up at E3. Is that line that I just said?
It's gonna happen. We're predicting it here. The easiest prediction.
I'm calling it right now.
So that's going to be a raid. I guess this is a big deal because the last expansion did not include a raid, so we're getting some more content.
Okay.
Also some gameplay tweaks, and a couple other random things. PvP maps, new strikes, whatever that means. I don't know. I don't play Destiny.
Yeah. Well, if you like Destiny...
Go kill yourself. Just kidding.
I'm taking a hardline stance against Destiny players continuing their lives.
That was a joke. That wasn't. Don't take that.
Let's face it, you're all just problems. Oh. Anyway, Super Smash Brothers is a thing, right?
Okay, so article from June 8th from Polygon.
Yeah.
We found out some more stuff. Super Smash Brothers. We found out about the Nintendo the next live stream.
Yeah, they're direct.
That's going to be happening during E3, I believe.
Yeah, it's happening before E3, I think.
Oh, okay.
They were going to have a dedicated E3 site that's going to do the whole broadcast. But Masahiro Sakurai, creator of Kirby and Smash Bros., is getting his own little thing where he's going to talk about Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, talk about latest updates to it. It'll be about all new content beginning at 10:40 a.m. Eastern Time, and it'll be broadcast through Nintendo's site. VideoWare on the same day that Mother 3's Lucas and Splatoon-themed outfits will become available as downloadable content. Lucas, the character everyone has been waiting for.
He's not a clone at all.
I still haven't downloaded Mewtwo.
Dan.
I should get on that.
That's the best thing.
I'm not going to bother downloading Lucas, but I'll download it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this means... Because they did that poll for characters that people would like to see as DLC characters. I mean, after initially saying there will be no DLC after Mewtwo. And then they're like, no, but Lucas, though. And then who else do you want to see as DLC characters?
Dark Pit.
Can we get Super Dark Pit, Darker Pit, Destiny Pit,
Dark Link?
The darkness has attacked Pit.
Pit has been taken by
the darkness.
On Jupiter.
There is a darkness here in space where we are, but you're wizards too, because that makes the game original.
So,
use your new electrical storm ability, Warlock. I'm hoping that this is going to be an announcement of more new DLC characters.
Yeah.
I hope.
That would be cool.
It won't be.
Oh.
Or it'll be the ones nobody wanted. Ridley and Wonder Red forever. If you want anyone but Ridley and Wonder Red, you're wrong. I'm sorry.
You're just wrong.
Especially Wonder Red.
If you want anyone besides Ridley and Wonder Red, you should just go play Destiny.
Seriously? Because clearly you don't like good video games.
The sort of second half to this is June 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time is when the next Nintendo Direct will happen.
Okay, so it's after E3. Yeah. Or no, it's after the other press conferences, but on the first day of E3.
Yes.
That's where we're going.
And they're going to be talking about the Nintendo World Championships, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I'm excited too. I want a release date for Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond just 2015. I really want that. It's been out in Japan for almost 2 months now.
We need a release date on either Star Fox or the new Zelda.
Well, Zelda's been pushed to next year.
Yeah, I know. I still want that date.
They're not going to give a date. They might give a date for Star Fox.
That would be good.
They better at least show Star Fox.
I know, right? Because they've been saying Star Fox is going to come out before Zelda.
It better look amazing. What if it just looks like the worst? Just abysmal work.
It just looks like the Star Fox adventure game.
Oh no!
It's a Star Fox puzzle-solving game for mobile phones.
And I wonder if they'll announce functionality with it, with the Star Fox amiibo.
Yeah,
they will.
They better. That would only make sense.
I'm wondering if the Shulk amiibo will have some functionality with Xenoblade Chronicles X.
That'd be cool.
Be cool. Although, then I guess they would already have done it in Japan. So we would know. Oh well.
But what if we just couldn't read the news from Japan? Then how would we know? As long as they don't release a screenshot, it's basically still a secret.
It's basically a secret. There's no one in the world who speaks English and Japanese.
Not a person.
Not a single human
We
being.
have a lot of ambassadorial problems with Japan, alright?
Oh, it just becomes a big mess.
Moving on to an interesting game reveal.
That's dire.
I know, right? So, Game Informer got an exclusive reveal on June 5th of this upcoming game called Goliath.
Yes.
Which looks really cool! And that we will definitely see more of at E3. They've talked about how they're going to be there. This is going to come out in the winter of 2016. It's going to be released on PC, Mac. Not Linux,
PC,
I'm sorry.
No Linux. Get that penguin out of here.
Get it out of here! So this game is a survival game in which you are in the wilderness and you are constantly accosted by giant animals or other giant monsters.
Assorted giant beings.
And the way you survive is you learn how to build different kinds of giant robots to fight them.
I like that.
It's amazing.
Big giant robot made of wood. That's awesome. Punch that mammoth.
Punch it. And yeah, you learn how to make them out of different materials. You can make the stereotypical steamwork one out of metal.
Oh, he's so fat.
And yeah, and the wooden one, and I think there's like different rock ones you can build as well.
Yeah. It looks really cool.
It's very cel-shaded, the graphics. Yes. It's top-down.
It looks nice, though. I like the style. It works.
Yeah, a lot of people are comparing it to Don't Starve, that game that's on sale right now.
Don't Starve with a little bit more whimsy.
Yeah, a little bit more mechs. But,
that's what every game could use, really.
Just a couple more mechs.
Just throw a couple more mechs in there. Dark Souls 3, where are the mechs? Where are they?
You need them to beat those bosses.
Over 10 new mechs.
New mechs. The old mechs will also appear. But yeah, this game looks cool. Go check it out. I don't know. There isn't like a whole lot more to say about this.
No, there's some screenshots. There's a little video. It looks cool. Check it out.
Dude, YouTube.
This was the most interesting article I think I found this week. To me, at least. Because I didn't know anything about it beforehand, and it surprised me.
So I guess as a little precursor to this, we know that some of the biggest YouTube celebrities, i.e. PewDiePie, are Let's Players.
Yes.
So because that accounts for such a huge chunk of YouTube's revenue,
they're like, how about them video games?
They're thinking about them. They're doing a new thing with them.
Amazing segue. Yes. YouTube's going to launch their own dedicated gaming app and website, creatively titled YouTube Gaming.
Creative.
It's great.
This is from a Polygon article from June 12th. So today.
So today.
So breaking
I don't have to
news.
Feel bad for not knowing about this already.
Yeah. So this is going to let's give some of these quotes that YouTube gave to everybody. YouTube Gaming is built to be all about your favorite games and gamers.
Can we read this in the voice that it's supposed to be read in?
Oh, go for it, Dan.
YouTube Gaming is built to be all about your favorite games and gamers, with more videos than anywhere else. From Asteroids to Zelda, more than 25,000 games will each have their own page. A single place for all the best videos and live streams about that title. You'll also find channels from a wide array of game publishers and YouTube creators.
Sick, brah. Are you a prosumer? I think so. And that's who they're targeting.
I just, every time I read a quote like that, I just hear it in my head.
Yeah.
I just picture a guy in a suit doing like hip-hop hand gestures, trying to be really cool.
On a stage at E3. Oh my god, next week we do our E3 coverage. We need to, like, try and edit together a compilation of that.
We should, of all the just, like, look at this businessman doing business over here.
And we can actually play it as audio on the podcast.
We should so
oh
do
my
that.
god, this is going to be amazing.
It'll be great.
Get hyped. That's what they're going to say to you. That's what we're saying to you right now.
We'll probably say it in a more relatable, normal human way, though.
Sure.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so as the actual facts from those quotes, to 25,000 games will each have their own page. That's a lot of games on launch of the site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to be... Is it videos?
I assume so. It's
dedicated
YouTube.
to those games on each thing? And when you want something specific, you can search with confidence, knowing that typing call will show you Call of Duty and not Call Me Maybe.
Was that really such an... Yeah.
What a timely reference.
Um,
What a timely reference to a currently popular song.
Exactly. These marketers aren't out of touch, Dan. They're new and hip and young, just like us.
Rex, what marketers are out of touch? This is a website built from the ground up. For gamers, by gamers.
Oh my god, that freaking term! Oh, go shoot yourselves!
I love reading it. I love reading it in this voice.
YouTube, I hate you.
From Call of Duty to Viscera Cleanup Detail. It's got all the hot titles you want.
That's the channel I'm going to be looking for when I...
Viscera Cleanup Detail channel.
Dan, can you just, on your hot
I'm
gaming
going to
day
corner the
thing...
market. I'm going to corner the market.
Just make tons of videos of that with Nate and just post them all up there.
You want to know what the most exciting thing that happened in that game today when I played it was? I found a boombox and I couldn't figure out how to turn it on. Like a third of my time playing was spent trying to figure out how to turn on that boombox. That game's a mystery wrapped in an enigma.
So,
oh, jeez.
So do we need this site? I think no.
I don't think we really do either, because I've never had trouble finding videos of games when I've wanted to.
Yeah, that's never been an issue for me.
Yeah.
And that seems to be one of their main reasons.
Like, I search for Diablo and I get Diablo, not, like, Spanish lessons videos.
Not satanic Spanish rituals.
We're watching you, Spain. I saw Pan's Labyrinth.
That's some serious junk.
That movie's for real. That movie needs some visceral cleanup detail. Oh, jeez.
Doug Jones is a scary man.
Yeah, man. They never cut away. You thought they were going to cut away. They didn't do it.
Dude, if you watch the Flash TV show, if you watch the first season of that, Doug Jones is in it as one of the side character villains who shows up in like 2 episodes.
Oh, man.
But he's not wearing any makeup or anything, but he still moves really funny. Because I think that's just how he moves. And I'm just like, you're not really a good actor. You're just a tall, lanky guy.
Who moves real creepy.
I'm glad you have work.
Does he have eyes on his hands?
He doesn't. He shoots electricity out of his hands, though.
That's close enough.
Or no, maybe it's out of his eyes. I don't remember. He does something with his eyes.
Great. So, the product manager for YouTube, Barbara McDonald, also said that the YouTube game is going to feature a bunch of new features for live streamers, making it so they don't need to schedule their events ahead of time. So it seems like they're trying to muscle in on Twitch a little bit here, too, which makes sense.
Okay.
So I think that's probably the main reason they decided to do this, was to get a piece of that sweet, sweet Twitch gaming pie.
Twitch is making a lot of money. Do you think it'll work? Again, my theory is no.
Probably not.
Because I think Twitch at this point is way too well entrenched.
Yeah.
Even though YouTube is obviously a really big deal.
One cool thing, they're going to allow people to DVR streams. And
okay, that's cool.
Viewers to rewind live broadcasts.
Twitch doesn't do that, or at least I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that on Twitch. I'd love to find out.
Yeah, you can also do like a low latency streaming, it says, to like cut out the delay between everyone like interacting with each other, so the streamers interacting with the people on the stream. So it sounds like they have some really good features here.
Okay, those do sound like pretty solid features.
I still don't know if they can compete with Twitch at this point. But, I mean, time will tell. People might move to this if those features really prove to work and be as nice as they sound. Because if it's just that much more convenient, you know?
Yeah. So this will be launching in the US and UK this summer. So look forward to that. You gave it away.
No, but I wanted you to do that one.
Okay, fine. But yeah, so look forward to that, and we'll probably report on it more as more news develops, because I'm certainly interested.
Me too. The most relevant sound effect.
But I want to move on to Oculus right now.
We have lunch.
It's going to be the rest of the show, I think. It's just Oculus.
Yeah, probably.
So we have the final look at the Oculus Rift. Now, this was something that got posted. Polygon has a video on it.
Polygon,
yeah, but
everywhere.
Yeah, I assume it's on Oculus's website. Got posted on yesterday, June 11th.
Yeah.
And we get to watch the best car commercial that doesn't feature a car.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. We
slow rotating shots of technology.
Yep.
I love it.
It's so sexy.
It looks nice. Like, the final version of it does actually look really streamlined.
They've slimmed it down and cut out. They've literally cut out a bunch of the weight of it.
Yeah. They lightened it a bunch, made it easier to put on and take off.
Gave more support in the back of the headset, so I'm sure it balances way better, so it doesn't feel like you just have a weight on the front of your face.
It comes with integrated audio, but you can remove those earphones if you prefer using something else.
That's the one thing I think looks kind of funny about it, is that it just has headphones on the sides of it that are just sort of like ear flaps.
Yeah. It's also been adjusted to work well with glasses.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did not give. They gave the same release window that we already knew.
But clearly we are moving towards that.
Yeah.
We definitely are at this point, given how much they're showing now.
Definitely. They didn't give a price yet. That's not in the commercial.
Right.
Unfortunately. But we still have a sort of an idea of how much it's going to cost. We're thinking between $200 to $300, or maybe as much as $350 or $400.
Yeah.
But not any more than that. But yeah, it's looking
nice.
Pretty sleek.
On that note, Oculus is offering indie developers $10 million to develop for their system. This is a good idea.
Yeah, because this is what we've been saying from the get-go.
They need games. And offering an indie studio $10 million to make a game will get you a pretty cool game, probably.
Now, is it that... I think it's that they have a $10 million budget to offer to different studios. So it's like $10 million from that $10 million.
Okay, they are dividing it up.
Yeah, I assume that's what they're doing, because otherwise they have a lot more money than I thought they did.
Yeah, it just says we'll be offering $10 million to support indie developers creating content for the Oculus Rift. This is good because they need not just software, but software that's specifically for their system. We need games that don't make you ask why am I not just playing this without an Oculus Rift?
Oh, you know what? Reminds me from the commercial that I forgot to mention. One of the things we see in that commercial is an Xbone controller.
Yes. I did see another article when I was scanning through all these that says it's going to come bundled with an Xbox One controller.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's interesting if you buy it for your computer.
Mm-hmm. So that's, it's intriguing. Xbox One controller's nice. I got no complaints about it.
That's some kind of contract that they drew up with Microsoft, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if that means Microsoft's going to offer more first-party support as far as games go as well.
Yeah.
Which would be a good thing for them.
Maybe they can get it to integrate with the Kinect.
So far, everything I'm seeing about the Oculus Rift looks way more competently handled than I expected.
Well, we did...
given what a new thing it's going to be.
Yeah, we did see... we did do a bunch of stories, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, about those people that they hired onto the company to handle some of their different departments, which I believe included marketing, and those were veterans from, Google and from Steam.
Yeah.
So if this whole marketing campaign is the result of those people coming on and being like, this is how we're going to market this, then they made some really good hiring choices, because this is a very nice marketing campaign.
And I think, initially when I saw the Oculus Rift, I kind of turned my nose up at it, because I was like, oh, it's a cool idea, but it's one of those things that will maybe eventually come out and be sort of okay, and then everyone will forget about it. I did not think this was going to amount to anything, I'll be honest.
You didn't think it was the future of gaming?
No, not even a little bit.
But there's a Hot Pockets commercial in which they play with virtual reality headsets. I keep seeing it on Hulu, but it was just like I was watching it, and I was like, "This is a sign of the times."
Are Hot Pockets the future of gaming?
Yes.
And Hot Pockets are the now of gaming, I think. But the more I see of this closer to release, as we get there, they're doing a really good job putting this together, marketing it, trying to make sure there's support for it. So my opinion's changed. I still don't think it's the future of gaming, but I think it's going to be successful. And I think there's going to be some really cool offerings for it that make it worthwhile. Because that's the thing. Initially, I was like, this isn't going to end up being anything worthwhile. It's going to be a neat thing. But now I think the opposite. I think we'll get some really cool, different stuff from this. And it'll be worth its existence. It'll tower over so many N-gauges. Like a golden colossus.
Like a sleek black colossus.
So many NVIDIA shields.
So many virtual boys.
So many virtual boys.
What was the other thing? Oh, their controllers.
That weird-looking touch controller.
So in the commercial, the super sexy commercial, we saw the Xbox controller.
Yes.
But they have also released in a press conference that they did, they showed off their touch controllers. I believe they're called. Yes, the Oculus Touch.
A huge dork.
It looks like you're just holding two wristwatches.
It does.
It looks so weird.
There's a picture of the guy with the thing on his face holding the two of them. Oh my god, he looks like such a tool.
Such a tool.
That's the thing. This is going to be cool. Like, no question the Oculus is going to be cool, but man, you're going to look stupid using it.
Oh, totally. Yeah, so these are basically... there's two of them. They're basically identical. They have the little wrist straps, like the Wiimotes.
Yeah, and then there are these weird, like, pretzel-shaped strips of plastic.
Yeah, that, like, encircle your fingers.
Yeah.
But they don't, like, fit around your fingers. I guess that's maybe for the sensor.
It's gotta have something to do with the sensors and everything.
And then your forefinger has bumpers.
Yep.
And each thumb has a joystick, and then there's like, A, B on one, and like X, Y on the other.
Yeah.
And I think it has 2 bumper buttons, or maybe only one. No, only one.
Okay.
So not actually that many controls.
So games will clearly have to be designed around this.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that a lot of it, with the sensors, a lot of those missing buttons are going to be made up for with the Oculus Rift's tech.
Yeah.
Of, like, motion control.
And the whole idea behind these is because there's the sensor stuff, it'll be able to track where your hands are within the game world.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I could see that as being really cool in a lot of different games, such as, like, a Skyrim, or I should say an Elder Scrolls type game, where you're doing the shield and the sword.
They say themselves they wanted to keep in mind the presence of your hands in these VR games, because that's going to be one of those make or breaks as far as how believable it is and how immersive it is.
Yeah.
If your hands aren't there and your hands aren't integrated in any way, it's much less immersive. Having your hands fully integrated into the experience is going to really be what, like, puts you in there, in addition to the visuals. So yeah.
It's a thing.
It's on the way.
Yeah, so we'll see more of this at E3.
We have a game-related thing for that potentially, too.
Oh, yeah?
Not this, the other thing.
Sorry.
Because Industrial Light and Magic, the special effects studio behind Star Wars films, and many others, is going to be bringing Star Wars to virtual reality.
Yeah.
At some point.
Like those giant arcade cabinets?
The new Star Wars battle pod.
Yeah.
It looks like the coolest thing ever, and we'll never get it.
Oh my god.
Not ever.
So sad.
It looks so cool. Oh my god. So yeah, this thing, scroll on down there. They're going to be doing a variety of iPad, Oculus Rift-based technology, which allows movies aficionados to enter specific scenes of a movie and navigate through them at will. So it's not necessarily games, but it's like VR scenarios from Star Wars that you can explore, which is neat, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it kind of makes sense given that they're a special effects studio. They're not a game studio. It could be cool. I'm wondering if these will just be released for free as some kind of extra thing for the Oculus, that'd be neat. It's just like a free app for it, essentially.
If we could use those goofy wristwatch Oculus touches to have a lightsaber,
Yeah.
that's all I want.
It says there's a demo where a player can fly an X-Wing
Well, that's good.
with the Oculus Rift. That's really cool. You can do, like, there's a thing with R2 and C-3PO hiding in a village from stormtroopers, where instead of watching the scene on the screen, the visitor holding an iPad can turn 360 degrees and see all around the main character's world. So, something.
Yeah, it's a start.
Sure.
But, I hope Disney shells out some
Let's
cash.
get our most exciting pre-E3 news in here, though. The most exciting pre-E3 news.
We're not going to forget this come next week.
June 10th on Polygon, report. PS4 architect Mark Cerny working on finishing. Pull up sound effects, we're going to need one.
Oh God, I'm not fast enough.
Put whatever you click first. Working on finishing The Last Guardian. That's very appropriate, considering this game is still probably dead.
Yeah, like, don't think that we're not going to look for the news during E3 for this.
Yes.
We're going to comb it.
There's an update to this article, actually, if you scroll down a little bit more. Or go back up. The person who reported on this attempted to clarify his comments on PlayStation Nation podcast yesterday, on the 11th, saying that he has no first-hand knowledge of the situation. He says, this is my assumption based on various public facts.
This is like a game of telephone in the schoolyard right now. You can't do that.
This guy spoke about Last Guardian last year, saying it's definitely still happening. It's a Tokyo studio project. Ueda-san even said the Last Guardian team was working on NAC with Cerny. Adding all these elements together seems like a good bet that he, or at least his team, is involved.
NAC.
Wouldn't you say? No, because I still think this game is dead.
Yeah, it's totally dead.
I think what we're going to get at E3 about Last Guardian is nothing. Until after E3, when we get a tweet from someone at Sony saying, no, we didn't cancel it yet, though.
Or maybe during their press conference, they'll be like, and for all you asking out there, we're still working on Last Guardian. And that'll be all.
That's it.
Oh,
Duke Nukem Forever of Sony.
Just say that it's canceled. You can't pull us around like this.
Or show us something. Anything to prove that it's not. They've been yanking people around since 2009.
It's just cruel at this point.
It's messed up. I'm really annoyed at how Sony's handling this whole situation, because like, if you're not going to show anything, like, fine, but don't keep dragging us along. Don't keep saying, no, it's not canceled. It'd be better if they just said nothing after E3 when people were inevitably angry that they didn't see it. It would be better to just hear nothing. Those tweets are just like twisting the knife at this point. So with that, I mean, if we see Last Guardian at E3, like, if we actually do, then, well, I'm going to say it since we don't have a sound effect for it, me so horny.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and get that sound effect, because I really don't want to hear you say that anymore.
I'm going to keep saying it anyway, probably. It's just going to turn into me whispering, after I say this, play me so horny.
And then I'll always play it, you'll just like, sing along with it every time.
Every single time.
Oh, God.
We'll need some air horns for if they do show Last Guardian
I can't believe I forgot to download an air horn effect. That's like the radio effect.
So you can spam it.
Yeah, jeez.
So since we got a couple minutes left, talk about some upcoming game releases.
Yeah, so today saw the release of LEGO Jurassic World for all of the platforms.
Except Mac and Linux.
Linux, get that penguin out of here.
Get him out.
But yeah, Windows, Xbox 360, Xbone, PS3, PS4, PS Vita, Wii U, 3DS.
Oh, the 23rd, coming up. Batman Arkham Knight. It's happening. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. I'm excited about
Will Batman Arkham Knight and Season Pass truly be worth $100? No. We're going to find out on the 23rd. No. Yeah, the answer is no.
The answer is no. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. I'm buying it. If you like Devil May Cry, and I don't mean DMC Devil May Cry, if you like Devil May Cry, buy this game. because the sales for DMC Devil May Cry were lackluster. Capcom clearly didn't like it, which is probably the only reason they're trying this re-release. If this re-release does well, people at Capcom have already said this could potentially be what gets us more games in the universe.
Okay.
So, if you want more Devil May Cry, the real Devil May Cry, buy this game. And you won't be disappointed either, because everything that they've shown about this special edition of DMC4 looks amazing. Like, it looks super, super good. You can get it on PS4, you can get it on Xbox, and you can get it on PC.
So yeah, if you've got a current computer or a current system, you could get this game.
Buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's retailing for $60. I think it is. It may be cheaper. It may only be $50, but I think it's still $60.
Also on the 23rd, Tales from the Borderlands Episode 3 is coming out. The Telltale Games Borderlands
That's
game.
Episode 3?
Yeah,
This has been coming out?
I haven't heard anything about this game
Me
at all.
neither.
That's
I thought it wasn't out yet.
not a good sign.
I thought this wasn't out until after Game of Thrones was finished.
I know, right?
Episode 4, right?
Yeah,
now,
so they're releasing episodes for 2 games at the same time.
Man, Tales from Borderlands must not be that great.
Woof. That's another sound effect we need.
Yeah, we do.
What movies is it? They say it in Goonies, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that one.
We should get slots saying, "Hey, you guys," too.
Yeah, we should
do that.
So, what is our next episode? Oh, our next episode's before the 23rd, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's
so, I don't want to talk about any more games in the future.
It's after E3, though. We'll have a ton of stuff to...
Oh my god, get hyped.
Seriously.
Next episode, E3
look
special.
Forward to our businessman mashup.
We'll probably end up doing 2 episodes on E3 like we did last year.
Yeah. Because there will probably be stuff left over to talk about.
One of the things I should point out...
E3 announcements.
Yeah. One of the things I should point out, like I said, like last year, we've been doing the show a little over a year.
Oh my god.
Because we started a little before E3 last year.
Time flies.
When you're reporting the news and doing a shitty job of it, yeah. Anyway, this has been Don't Copy That Floppy, a weekly video game news podcast broadcasting live on www.chipit.net, Fridays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, and Steam. Don't Copy That Floppy. Or at DCTF Podcast on Twitter. Until next week, we'll see you after E3. And remember, don't copy that floppy.